When you hear Spain, cliches flood in flamenco dancers, cries of olé, and tomatoes flying at your face. Sure, La Tomatina and the running of the bulls steal the spotlight, but Spain's real magic lies beyond the viral chaos. Tucked in quiet towns and mountain villages are festivals brimming with heart, culture, and the occasional wine shower. If you're craving a more authentic connection far from the tourist crowds and pricey wristbands, this is your invitation to discover Spain's wonderfully quirky, fiercely local celebrations. Number 1. La Batalla del Vino, Haro, La Rioja. Let's begin with the only festival on this list where you'll end up looking like you lost a bar fight with a vineyard. Haro, a charming little wine town in the La Rioja region, turns into an absolute grape apocalypse every June for La Batalla del Vino, also known as the wine battle. No, it's not a metaphor. It's a literal battle with wine. Lots of it. Picture this. Thousands of people dressed in pristine white clothing, because what could possibly go wrong, march up to the cliffs of Bilibio. Once the obligatory procession is done, all niceties are tossed aside as buckets, bottles, and super soakers loaded with red wine become the weapons of choice. You throw wine, you get wine thrown at you, you slip, you laugh, you become best friends with a stranger in purple-drenched socks. After you've soaked every square inch of your body in grape juice and your clothes look like the aftermath of a juice box explosion, the party doesn't stop. Everyone stumbles back into Haro's historic square, now resembling a cheerful scene from a Tarantino wine ad, and dances the day away to Spanish music with that special rhythm that says, "We don't need sobriety to have a good time." Don't bring anything you actually like, it's not coming back the same color. Number 2. Las Candelas, Candelario, Salamanca. Now let's flip the chaos dial down a few notches and step into a snow globe of charm. In early February, nestled in the Sierra de Bejar Mountains, the town of Candelario hosts Las Candelas, a festival so picturesque it makes Hallmark movies look edgy. This isn't your typical rowdy fiesta. Instead, the town glows with thousands of candles and flickering bonfires as residents celebrate the purification of the Virgin Mary. You'll see families wrapped in layers, villagers in traditional clothing that hasn't changed in centuries, and livestock being blessed like VIP guests at a divine spa retreat. Las Candelas is the kind of celebration that oozes warmth, even when the mountain air says otherwise. Folk dancers spin in front of ancient stone homes, children carry candles like tiny monks on a mission, and the entire town seems to be engaged in one slow, reverent sigh of joy. It's intimate, nostalgic, and just the right amount of mystical. Basically, the Netflix winter special your life's been missing. And yes, there is food, glorious rustic food, because even divine purification needs a little sausage and cider to keep things balanced. Number 3. Fiesta de los Patios, Cordoba. Okay, we're bending the rules just a tiny bit here. Cordoba is technically a city, but during Fiesta de los Patios in early May, it suddenly feels like the most intimate garden party in Europe. This isn't a street festival, it's a celebration that takes place behind closed doors. Literally, the magic happens in the patios. For one glorious week, locals open their private courtyards to the public, and what awaits behind those gates is nothing short of a botanical fever dream. Walls dripping with flowers, fountains tinkling with joy, and air so perfumed with jasmine you'll wonder if you accidentally walked into a cologne commercial. Each patio is a carefully curated oasis, maintained year-round by devoted residents who treat their potted plants like royalty. Some patios even feature impromptu flamenco performances, while others serve up tapas and local sherry so smooth you'll consider never leaving. It's a sensory delight, sound, smell, sight, and taste, all crammed into these secret little urban Edens. And let's be honest, who wouldn't want to spend a few spring days wandering through floral wonderlands while pretending they're in a romantic music video? Number 4. Semana Medieval, Mont Blanc, Catalonia. Ever fantasized about stepping into the Middle Ages, minus the plague and questionable hygiene? Welcome to Semana Medieval in Mont Blanc, where once a year in April, the town goes full medieval in the best way possible. Legends claim that St. George, or Saint Geordie if you want to impress the locals, slayed his famous dragon right here, and Mont Blanc makes sure we never forget it. For a whole week, the town transforms into a page torn from a fantasy novel. We're talking knights in shining armor, clashing in jousting tournaments, fire-breathing dragons crowds parading down cobblestone streets, and markets bustling with merchants yelling about bread and cheese like it's 1349. Locals don traditional garb that puts most Renaissance fairs to shame, and the storytelling is so immersive you'll start wondering if you actually have been transported through time. Candlelit processions weave through ancient alleyways at night, and you can enjoy your dinner off a wooden plank while being serenaded by a lute player named Guillermo. It's theatrical, it's thrilling, it's a historical fever dream, minus the dental complications. Number 5. Fiesta de la Mar de Déu de la Salud, Algemesí, Valencia. If you thought the previous festivals were cultural, Fiesta de la Mare de Déu de la Salud in Algemesí takes things to UNESCO-certified levels. Held every September, this celebration is so rich in tradition, it practically hums with heritage. And no, this isn't your cousin's historical reenactment. This is a living, breathing celebration that dates back to the 13th century, and the whole town is in on it. More than 1,400 participants don intricate traditional costumes, the kind that make you sweat just looking at them, and come together to perform ancient dances, musical rituals, and massive processions. Human towers rise dangerously high, musicians fill the streets with haunting melodies, and religious devotion weaves through every moment. But this isn't about watching a parade from behind a rope. You're not just a spectator, you're swept up in it. You can feel the pride, the unity, the absolute refusal to let time dilute tradition. It's moving, magical, and the kind of cultural deep dive that leaves your soul a little fuller. You may come for the spectacle, but you'll stay because someone's grandma just handed you a homemade pastry and called you Mi Cielo. Why small town festivals are Spain's best kept secret? Sure, the big name festivals come with their flashy reputations and viral potential, but if you really want to experience Spain, the real Spain, you need to venture into the places where Google Maps gives up and your Wi-Fi signal waves goodbye. These festivals aren't just about fireworks and food stalls, though yes, you'll find plenty of both. They're about connection, history, community, and more than anything else, they're about inclusion. These aren't performances for tourists. They're sacred, joyful, sometimes ridiculous traditions where guests are welcomed like long-lost cousins. You don't just watch, you participate. You don't just eat, you feast. You don't just travel, you become part of something centuries in the making. So next time you're planning a Spanish adventure, maybe skip the standard itinerary. Ditch the big cities, at least for a weekend, and head toward the candlelit villages, wine-stained battlefields, and patio-filled paradises. Your passport will thank you, your soul will high-five you, and your Instagram, well, let's just say it's about to get a lot more interesting. And there you have it, 5 hidden festivals in Spain that are just waiting to blow your mind. If you enjoyed this journey through Spain's best kept secrets, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up and make sure to hit that subscribe button. Got a favorite hidden festival we didn't mention? Or maybe a wild travel story from one of these? Drop it in the comments. We love hearing from you. Thanks for watching. Happy travels.